Hi, I'm Lenore. I'm a singer and a voice teacher. Today we're doing a reaction video to Demi Lovato, but I just want to say that I am your guide on your vocal journey. So if you have any questions, you can hit me with an email and have a new show. You can even call my show and I'll give you free singing advice. What's wrong with that? So yeah, today I'm picking up a recommendation from a student of mine, Cynthia. Shout out to you. And she asked me to react to Demi Lovato singing Father. I have not heard the song. I am very ignorant about Demi Lovato in general. So I mean, I've heard her sing, but let's see what's going on. That's from like 5 years ago. Here we go.
Father, I want to say thank you, even if I'm still hurt. Oh, I want to say bless you.
Let's start. So there is a really nice combination here between the twang, which is what I call the squeaky voice, like a little bit of that's what begins the voice, with a little bit of vocal fry, which is the and it just sets you up for a really nice start, closing the vocal cords and just get going. And then there is some airiness in there, which sounds nice, sounds really good. It's it's very ballad-like style of singing, and this is a ballad, at least it is so far. The vibrato that comes as a result of that is a little bit shaky. I don't mind it. But it feels a little bit like the larynx goes, and she makes it work. So it's not like, it doesn't sound bad. It's just, it's not the naturally occurring vibrato. It's more like a made vibrato. But it sounds, it has a sound to it. It has something in it.
I wanna make those words.
So one thing I just noticed, and I love that, I want everyone to do that. She said the word words, and most people will go word and form the R, the American R, which means that the tongue just goes and chokes you while you're trying to sing. She didn't do that. She actually said word, like almost like there is no R in it. Words. And that allows you to keep singing because you're singing on a vowel, and the vowel is space, while the consonant, unless it's a consonant that allows for some airflow, it's gonna stop the airflow. And the R is tricky because of what I said, because of the tongue. So she avoided that very elegantly. Sounds great.
Always wished you the best. I prayed for your peace, even if you started this whole.
So that's, yeah, fantastic. Already fantastic. I suspect that it's gonna like build up. That was not a good idea to put the headphones like that. I suspect it's gonna build up. Right now it's very calm, but with some intensity. So that just really makes it come from an emotional place, and the air on top gives it another emotion. I like it a lot. There's a lot of control, a good kind of control, vocal control there. And she of course enables it also with this amazing dropping of the jaw, just da 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 da. And when she did that riff, her jaw also dropped, like as the riff went. multiple times. I don't think that's necessary, but because it was dropping and not activated, then it was enabling the riff and not stopping it. So you don't have to change your jaw when you're riffing, but if you are going to change your jaw, at least do that in a loose manner like she did.
In me. You did your best, or did you? Sometimes I think I hate you. I'm sorry, Dad, for feeling this. I can't believe I'm saying it.
Oh, wow. Whew. Well, that's a build-up if there ever was one. That was not a build-up, that was an explosion. Nice. Like we're calm, and nice. Very well done. So, just pointing out how she did that. The twang was still there, the squeaky voice. Yeah, she's basically just made that noise. Yeah, on the high note, and then she opens up her mouth like she does the badass face. I talk about that in my Learn from the Best crash course, which is only $5, by the way. So, and I show other singers do that. I should have included her in the course. Totally. I'm gonna make another version and include her. Badass face, squeaky voice. The tongue is completely loose. She does the thing when you put the tongue on the lower teeth. Some voice teachers recommend that. I work a little bit differently, but I don't mind that. I think that's actually a good technique. Just lay it on top of the lower teeth, and then when you sing a really high note, stick it out a little bit more. It feels really weird, like no normal person would do that, except she's not normal.
I know you were a trouble man. I know you never got the chance to be yourself, to be your best. I hope that heaven's given you a second chance.
Wow, okay. I have a little bit of a debate going inside of me. So there was just a tiny bit of extra air, which makes a little bit of a pushing feeling. Like it's a tiny bit forced. That was for like maybe like a fraction of a second here and there. I think she could get away with it because she has a lot of resources, like her voice is really well developed. And also because she was, generally speaking, maintaining it so well. So if you have a lot of space and you have a lot of, all the right things, the badass face and the twang and in the tongue and all of the things that we just talked about, you can get away with going a little bit, and that it's not 100% smooth. And actually, maybe it shouldn't be 100% smooth. So maybe it should have a little bit of choking feeling sometimes. I think it makes sense to me in the context of the song, because it's a very painful song. So you can see the pain on her face, and I could feel the pain in her body as well. And generally speaking, she was not pushing. Generally speaking, she was very much in her body, in her instrument, which is how you should do it. And then when it went higher, what I loved is that she went backwards. Yeah, it went backwards. That allows for a little bit more access to the pharynx, the main resonance that you want to use. It just makes it a bit easier. And it was a sort of a surrender kind of gesture. It was not this. Yeah, so you don't want to work too hard with your neck muscles, because then they're gonna choke you. But that's not what she did. Yeah, so just, you can watch it again if you want and just see how she goes whoop, 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 with the badass face. Really good combination. The result was very powerful. Painful in an appropriate way. And she still has that feeling, like the singing has come down, but she still has this so that she's still in the song even when she's not singing.
I'm gonna say thank you.
She said thank you, but she didn't mean that this time, huh? She said thank you with a little bit of sarcasm. I think that was on purpose. That's how she felt it at the moment.
Even if I don't understand, oh, you left us alone. I guess that made me who I am. Oh,
I don't have a lot to add here, except that she really went into a mode of saying the words. And from what the words mean to her, the voice comes out. So at this point, and maybe it was the case from the beginning, she is on an emotional and interpretational mode, and she's not really thinking about the voice. And in the verse, she doesn't need to. Obviously, it's easy for her to sing. It's a very comfortable range. So she just opens up her mouth, and whatever comes out is right.
always wished you the best. I prayed for your peace.
Did you notice that the very crazy riffs are only done with a very extreme twang? Yeah? That makes sense to me because the twang gives you control over your voice. So that's really cool that she did that. Before she did like a little riff, like oh, it was in a comfortable range and it was shorter, and so she could do it also with some air in it. But it's more difficult, at least for me, to make a riff with added air. Just saying.
Even if you
I want to just say one more thing. I saw that before, the E, one finger space. Even when you say E or ooh, a lot of people want to close their mouth, but the good singers don't do that.
started this whole war in me.
Interesting. Another thing that I see that she's doing, she's like a textbook. She's doing all the good things that you can do vocally, like to sing well. And I don't know if she was trained to do that. I know that she's a young talent, so maybe she was one of those people who could just do it, and maybe then perfected it later on. I don't know. What do you know about her? Maybe you can tell me. Was she a natural talent, or did she build this up? So when she goes on O or on U, sometimes on A, the lips go forward. That gives even more space at the back, which is great. So I just noticed that. And when she does the E, she opens up, or at least releases the jaw. And then in the last E, she even did that towards the end.
You did your best, or did you? Sometimes I think I hate you. I'm sorry, Dad, for feeling this. I can't believe I'm saying it. I know you were a troubled man. I know you never got the chance to be yourself, to be your best. I hope that heaven's given you.
It's a difficult song to listen to. Yeah, I just imagine that this is her own experience. I don't know anything about her. But that's very sad. I don't know exactly what I want to say. When one sings a part of the range that is easy to sing. It's very easy to default to, well, I'm just not gonna do any vocal technique because I don't really need to, because I can get away with it. A good singer will still keep it up. Yeah, will still do something. Yes, and I can see like hints of vocal technique there, even though she doesn't need it. But she really doesn't need it, and she doesn't do much of them, of all elements that she really does when she goes up there. So it's interesting. Yeah, her voice is always very open. Airflow is always very good, and it's always led with the emotions, and that's what the audience is looking for. Very well delivered. What? Okay. I'm giving a whole lecture on how she doesn't do the technique on the lower parts, and then she just blasts. There's a lot of blasting in this song. Okay, so because I don't know how to digest that, I'm gonna go to the technique because that's all I know. That's all I know how to handle it. I don't have anything to say about the performance except that it was perfect. It was perfect. It made me stop everything that I was doing. I almost stopped breathing. I think I did stop breathing. What she did here was crying and screaming on the notes. That's how you belt. And she really went with that. Of course, everything we said before, badass face was there, tilting of the head in a losing balance kind of way, because you cannot have anything stuck there. You cannot have pressure on your throat while you're trying to belt a high note, especially not this long and this powerful. So everything has to be super free, and then you have to just scream. But you scream inside the instrument. So she's not trying to deliver it outwards. You can see it on her that she feels every single vibration inside of her. Wow, is there anything more intense than that? I don't think so. I'm gonna need a nap now, I think.
Troubled man, I know you never got the chance to be yourself, to be your best. I hope that heaven's given you.
So you could hear the crying here. And just when that's a powerful quality. Try it out. And you saw how wide open the U was. There was no U. It was, a lot of singers will say yo, Gavin, yo, but she said you. with that face. And that's really powerful because you have then the clarity of the vowel with the big space.
A second chance.
Oh, that was hilarious. Here we are all crying together. And I was just gonna put a big smile on my face and say, thanks. That was the best. Okay. Whew. She finished it with a little bit of choking. That was on purpose. I was a little bit of frying, a little bit of closing on the space, in that shaky vibrato again. But it was awesome. That was great. Okay. I'm shaken by all this. That was one of the more real performance that I've ever seen. It was real from start to finish. And you don't get those so often. I mean, a good performer will appear to be real and will sometimes be real. That was a different level of real. So I guess you can only have that when it's really your experience. Is it? I think, I mean, I would be very surprised if that is not her own experience. She could have fooled me. So thank you for watching. Thanks. Thanks, Cynthia, for the recommendation, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.